So it is time to prepare to trade the best setups at the best prices. I'm going to be getting straight into tonight's in-depth price action analysis on the SPY. Then towards the end of this video, I'm going to be going over the trades that we ended up making on Friday. We absolutely crushed it. Let's get straight into the analysis. So in terms of the last game plan that I gave you, I made it very, very clear that since the SPY was gapping down, and I explained to you why this was, the most likely outcome was we were going to explode back up to fill the gap, and this play could potentially happen during the pre-market, meaning you could be trading futures during the pre-market, whether using real money or with a prop firm. In terms of that play, it did end up, playing out during the pre-market. You can see we had a lot of bullish 30-minute candlestick confirmations at the overall one of the buy zones that I gave you to buy calls to play for the gap that was waiting to fill above. And you can see in terms of confirmations, we had many green, red, green, many green, red, green, many green, red, green, and higher support right here. This was previous resistance, break, retest, green, red, green, bullish uptrend. So the gap fill played out during the pre-market trading session. There was many confirmations as the SPY was breaking out and retesting and forming the green, red, green bullish pattern in all of the green bullish 30-minute candlestick confirmations. And I also made it very clear that the best level to be buying put options and to go short on the market was once the gap fills, using the gap close reversal trading strategy. The gap was at 597.44. The SPY did end up going higher than that. However, if you use the 30-minute candlestick bearish confirmation, you would have been in on puts when this 30-minute candlestick closed during normal trading session when it was red and bearish past 10 a.m., or you would have been in on puts when it turned the previous low of this 30-minute candle into bearish resistance following with another red bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmation past 10:30 a.m. With that being said, losing remains a personal choice. We had several wins on Friday, absolutely crushing it, and the game plan prepared you to trade the best setups at the best prices both ways. Now, let's get into tonight's update. So in terms of the update, you can see right now, the SPY is attempting to have a small gap down during the extended hours trading session. So we ended up closing at 594.28. That is going to be the previous closing price. One thing I want to make very, very clear is if the SPY is gapping up, if it's reacting as 594.28 support on a gap up, is going to try to be overall bullish. And in that particular situation, if we break above 594.30, start to break out towards 595.50, turn that into support, then the SPY is going to start to spike to this breakdown and retest level towards 597.80. Once we hit that level, if it starts to react bearish on the 30-minute chart, you can try a quick scalp on overall puts. But what I'm seeing on the daily chart point of view, if we do gap up and react bullish heading into tomorrow, and as long as we're holding above this key 594, market's going to try to be overall bullish, use the break and retest strategy at key break and retest levels such as 594, such as 595.50, such as 596.50 for dip buying opportunities if we are gapping up. Now, one thing that I do want to address in terms of the SPY, and if we do open up with a gap down along with the weekly chart on the SPY, looking at the weekly chart, especially, this is very, very specific in terms of if we're gapping down. If the SPY is gapping down heading into tomorrow, looking at these two weekly candlesticks on the overall daily chart is gonna be one of those situations I've studied throughout the chart history. The most likely outcome in this particular situation would be the SPY overall keeps on dropping throughout the week, and then there's going to be some oversold dip buying opportunities to buy calls, but an overall bearish week with a slight bullish recovery. That's one of the potential outcomes that I'm seeing on the weekly chart, and that's mainly going to be confirmed if we gap down heading into tomorrow. Very, very likely to look for opportunities where the SPY cracks a support level, spikes back up to retest that previous support, turns it into a lower high, the breakdown and retest strategy, which is the inverse, the opposite of the breakout and retest strategy, right? With that particular strategy on breakdown and retest, you buy puts. With breakout and retest, you buy calls. So with that being said, if we are gapping down, opening up lower than 594.28, this will be the game plan. The game plan is going to be to buy put options on breakdown and retest levels to go short. So 594.28 would be the first level. You can see right here, this is very, very key, this 594.28. All your support was right here, and this is also a key break and retest level, this 594. That's why I'm saying, if market's gapping up and holding above 594 is considered bullish, focus on calls. If market's gapping down and we're maintaining below 594.30 to 595, it's considered bearish, buy puts in between that zone. right? So keep your eyes on a gap close reversal at 594.28 if we open up with the gap down. Also keep your eyes on this 595.18 breakdown and retest level. Also keep your eyes on 593. That would be one of the more lower levels for the breakdown and retest. If we're open up with a gap down, one of the best plays would be to just wait towards this upper zone of 594 to 595. And if you're seeing the bearish candlestick confirmations, then try puts. I would only consider the lower zone on puts, 593. If we were beginning to react bearish, towards this overbought level, I would likely buy puts there and then look for a reentry, if we go under 593 along with leaving some runners. But the only way I would consider it on the first retest, meaning if SPY hasn't hit 594 or 595 yet, and it's sitting towards this lower breakdown and retest zone, which we'll call which I'll call 593 to 592 mid, right around there. Only way I would really consider playing that if we didn't spike to the upper levels first is if there was a massive sell-off. If there was a massive sell-off, a massive flush, and the SPY did spike back towards the lower zone and there was very bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmations, then I would consider it. I mean, in terms of like an ideal bare minimum with that overall sell-off, you can go back throughout the chart. Ideally, if it were to drop to, I would say around 588, right around 588 to mid 588, right around there. Only way I would consider the playing zone besides that is if it's just forming resistance at that level for like an hour and a half to 2 hours. If there's just so much resistance at that level, I'd likely be willing to try it rather than just waiting for the gap to fill. But for those of you who are less experienced or just want to focus on trading the best potential outcome, like the best, absolute best level, if you're looking for more of the easier no-brainer setup, it would be to literally just wait for 594 to 595 on a gap down and wait for the red bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmations and buy puts at the best zone, right? If you're going to trade at levels that aren't as good, you're going to need to be more advanced with the overall confirmation and the timing. It gets a lot more advanced. Best setups at best prices could be designed as simple, very, very simple and easy setups, but other levels can be designed as there's still a great trade here. You just got to be more advanced in that sense. So, those are the levels that I'm keeping an eye on for puts. Now, let's talk about oversold dip buys and overbought levels for puts, right? So we've already established that if market gap's down, overbought level for puts is 594 to 595. If market cap's up, one of the best levels for puts heading into this week would be right around here, this zone of 601.60. You got a lot of resistance in this mid 601 level, and the true best level would be one of the highest gaps waiting to fill in the SPY for a gap close reversal right here at 602.70. As you can see, the gap close reversal trading strategy has been working absolutely phenomenal. This is by far one of my best and highest win rate strategies. You can see right here there was an oversold gap waiting to fill here, and then the SPY had green, red, green, close this gap right here, close this gap right here, bullish floor for fucking hours with 2 days combined. Then it started to break out, great opportunity on calls. Then it started to reverse once it started to get close to this gap and hit this resistance right here with the red bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmations, right? And then you could see we had the gap right here. In terms of the other gap, that was the gap close reversal for calls. And then in terms of the gap close reversal, for puts, we had the 597.44. This was the level where I'd explained to you, if we explode up to fill this gap, red bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmation, gap close reversal. You can trade the strategy both ways, right? There's going to be great opportunities for gap close reversals towards this 594 level. If we gap up looking for calls, if we gap down looking for puts, should be a great opportunity to play the overall reversal on that with the gap situation at the 594.28. And then this is a great opportunity for puts at the 602 70 level, and keep an eye on 601.50 resistance, right? Now, in terms of oversold dip buying opportunities, these are going to be some key levels where the SPY is going to try to bounce first, even if the trend is bearish and it drops lower. So keep in mind, you can use these for scalps. You can use these, for scalps on options where you can make 50% to 100%, sometimes multiple 100% profit returns. And make sure you set your profit stops when you're green so you don't go back to red if the trade flips against you. And you can leave some runners detached from your profit stop if you want to try to maximize more gains and sell on your own rather than just moving the profit stop up and having it manually get you out at that price. So what I want you to understand is This is going to be key oversold territory to be buying call options. In terms of the oversold levels where we can bounce first, let's see. So the SPY has been, let's see where we bottomed previously here. We previously bottomed towards this 593. So in terms of levels, so this will just give you more of a price ladder, and then I'll explain to you the best levels within this ladder to be buying calls. So, is going to try to bounce first at all these levels. This is the key extended hours oversold support level, along with break and retest levels, where it's going to try to bounce first during normal trading hours. You can keep your eyes on 591.50. Again, that's a more higher level. These are the main levels where I would be very interested, but you can keep your eyes on 591 to 591.50 if a lot of consolidation is there for 1 to 2 hours. Strong bullish 30-minute candles confirmations, green red green bullish pattern. Try calls. Just be aware it's against the overall trend if it's gapping down, but we're due for an oversold bounce. In terms of the true oversold bounce territory that I would be interested in, so below 591, we got this 589. This is a very strong level. SPY had a breakout right here. Look at all this resistance at 589. Very strong breakout. Drop back down to retest with green, red, green, bullish 30-minute candlestick confirmations with the uptrend, right? And then green, red, green continuation with the uptrend, right? No reason to reverse at this gap here because it kept on breaking out and retesting green, bullish 30-minute candlestick confirmations. But the point being is, when that is tested during the normal trading hours, is likely going to bounce first. So that key level of 589 is a level that played out during extended hours, massive upside potential, literally 9-point move in one fucking 8-point, 9-point move there in a single fucking day. And, in terms of that range, and, this is going to be a break and retest during normal trading hours. So when this zone hits during the normal trading hours, this is going to be a phenomenal level where the SPY should bounce first, right around this zone right here. Strong buy zone for calls, especially at this mid 589 level. Now, next level below that, this is going to be another phenomenal level for calls. I would consider those both auto buy zones. Very, very likely that we bounce first, meaning if you just bought fucking calls, you can go like 1-2 points out of the money, bought the calls, set the profit stops, you should be fucking green on these buy zones. Market should bounce first on these fucking levels. This is the strongest fucking signal that I'm seeing for dip buying opportunities. And remember, these could play out during pre-market, but if you're seeing confirmation during normal trading hours, then you can get in during normal trading hours too and not just pre-market. So this is a strong buy zone for calls for a scalp where it bounces first, even if SPY drops lower later throughout the day. And then this is an amazing fucking level right here. You have a break and retest right here at this mid 585. All of this strong fucking support at 584. It really doesn't get better than that in terms of where we're heading with overall market direction. This would be fucking amazing. And then this true best level, I'm telling you, I would consider all three of these very strong levels to really consider auto buying calls, especially this one as well. Break and retest, and we got a gap close reversal. We got this gap waiting to fill right here at 579. We got previous resistance that could react to support right here at 581. This range here. So those three ranges, all strong buy zone on calls, right? So when SPY hits those ranges, look to see if it's forming a bottom, if it's forming a floor on the 30-minute chart. You can just go back throughout, the past 10 days, past 20 days, past 30 days on the 30-minute chart, and you can just study when SPY was selling off, how did it begin to reverse? Massive sell-off, how did it start to reverse? Green, red, green, bullish pins, trend reversal pins, breakout above this previous resistance, retest, higher support, slightly above this previous resistance, higher support, green, red, green, right? Break, retest, right? You can just study historically how SPY reverses at key support levels with the levels that I'm giving you with the key strategies, which were gap close reversals, break and retest, key extended hour support that has not been tested during normal trading hours, daily chart foundation, weekly chart foundation. You can use all of that to your advantage, right? You can literally just study every single time throughout the past 10, 20 days. How has the SPY bottomed? How has the bottom looked when it started to reverse? How did the break and retest look on the 30-minute chart, right? And another thing you can do is, overreactions. Overreactions are amazing for reversals. If you're seeing a massive drop in price where it's just selling off, no reason to buy calls at one of the zone, and then it starts to consolidate, wits in one of the zones, forming bullish 30-minute candlestick confirmations, play the overreaction, catch the falling knife when there's some support, when there's some bottom, when there's some signals of reversals, when there's some break and retest, right? This right here, this is a resistance at 595.20. This is the break. It breaks above resistance. Look at all the higher fucking floors, higher floor, higher floor, higher floor, green, red, green, bottom wick, previous resistance, right? Don't blindly catch the falling knife. But if you're seeing the confirmations, especially with over fucking reactions, get in on the calls. And if one of the zones reacts bearish and then it reacts bullish later on, get in on the fucking calls. So those are amazing buy zones. Market's going to try to have short-term spikes at those buy zones. And the key to doing this, with what you need to understand, is it's the first reactions. When those zones are tested during the first time, when people are not prepared, when they're not well-equipped, when they're not fucking aware, they tend to play out very fucking quick. And for even the people who are aware, market's going to test them. Are you going to wait for a certain confirmation? Are you going to potentially miss out? You can use short-term timeframes, not just 30-minute chart. You can use 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, right? Especially on auto buy zones. On auto buy zones, you don't necessarily need the 30-minute chart. You can just kind of get it in a sense. I mean, all three of these zones are very strong auto buy zones, especially this one and this one. But even 589 to 590 is smooth. But man, this fucking 585 mid to 584 and fucking 581 to 579, these are like auto buy fucking call levels. So that's the game plan. Use this information, look at the market like it's a fucking mirror, like it's mirroring back to you, a fucking reflection, right? So when one of the key levels hits for puts, or if you're just trading a level in general, what is the mirror showing you? What is the reflection showing you? Look at the 30-minute chart. What the fuck is it showing you? Oh, did it look like this specific day with this specific pattern with these specific 30-minute candlesticks? And if it does, what happened? Did it go higher? Did it go fucking lower? That's how you need to use this fucking 30-minute chart. Use the market's mirror as a fucking reflection back to you as it's confirming that reflection is going to repeat, that history is going to repeat itself, right? One thing that has helped my trading a lot is by doing that, but also stillness. Just being very focused, very still, very, very still, very, very patient, very, very focused. There's a lot of power within the market in being still and being present and being quiet as well. So I would encourage you to do that, and tune out all the fucking noise. Tune out all the noise. Whether you trade on your desktop, whether you trade on your phone, tune out all the fucking noise when you're fucking trading. No bullshit fucking notifications. Clear your signals. Clear your screens. Be very, very laser focused. And I'm telling you, stillness. So that's the key levels. And remember, all those levels, it's also a price ladder. So I explained to you the most likely outcomes, the buy zones and the put zones, but also use it as a price ladder. You can use it as a price ladder where you're not just trading most likely outcomes, but use it as a price ladder. Whereas if market's reacting bearish at this level, we go down to the next level. If market's reacting bullish at this next level, we go up to the next level, right? Use it as a price ladder too. Don't blindly trade into most likely outcomes and stuff like that, but use the market as a mirror. Look for the perfect patterns. If the perfect patterns arise at or towards key levels, you know where the direction is likely going to go. Take the trade. Be very, very present. Be very, very still. Look into the mirror of the market and see what it's reflecting back to you in real time. You can look throughout the chart history. You can see the mirror. You can see the reflection. But then in real time, with the levels, when the zone hits, you need to see what the market is reflecting to you and be very, very still. And once you see the right reflection, seize the opportunity. Take full advantage of it and be confident in that overall setup. If you use this information and you use this game plan, you're going to absolutely crush it heading into this week. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. I'm going to continue to update you on the new levels and how to continue to trade the price ladder, because every single day the ladder can shift in terms of bullish or bearish levels and overall strategies and information provided. So with that being said, for those of you who are serious about trading alongside with us inside of Team Roar, it is going to be the first link down below within the description. We absolutely crushed on Friday. We are well known for trading far out of the money 0-date options, very, very cheap, low risk, and we have the best real-time 0-date options trade alert system within the market. So in terms of the trades that we ended up making on Friday, you're going to see, so this first trade that we had in the morning was red. Now let's go into all of the massive wins. 9:57 a.m., 594 SPY puts for 44 cents a contract. These are the option quote prices moving in real time. This is us adding to the position in real time. The reason why we add, and we only mainly add to winners, not to losers, is because if you quickly add to a winner, keep in mind, on these trades, percentage-wise, it's unlimited profit potential. Some trades we make 50%, some trades we make multiple 100%. Every single week, we have trades where we make over 1,000% return. We quickly add to winners. When we're up a little bit, we quickly add. You can see the trades at 52 cents. We got in at 44. We're adding when we're up a little bit, because when we're up a little bit, we tend to be up a lot. So we add to wins to double the fucking gains, and it doubles the gains, and we set a profit stop to ensure that we don't go back to green to red. So adding to winners, and by attaching that to a profit stop, it puts you in a situation where you can increase your position size without taking on extra risk, even though you increase your position size. Because if you set the profit stop, it's going to stop you out where you set that profit stop. You're no longer taking on bigger risks. You're increasing your gains, protecting your position size, and increasing your gains within the market in a safe way. So set profit stops at 102 cents. Adding doubled the position. The average was right around 50 cents. That's a 100% gain. And that's double the gains since we added to the position size. This was fucking phenomenal, and you get profit stopped out. You understand, this is a real-time zero-day options trading alert system. You set the profit stop, you get profit stopped out. You don't need to sit and wait for an exit alert. You could set the profit stop, and we'll even explain to you where to move the profit stop at times as well. And also in certain trades, if we're not setting profit stops, then we'll explain where we exited the trade. So next trade was 591 SPY puts for 42 cents a contract. Again, adding. You see how when the trade goes up a little bit, we add to the winners, not to the losers. If a trade goes against us, what we're putting into these trades is our max risk per trade. So if we lose our max risk per trade, that's the most we were willing to risk, a couple percentage of your account. No need to use a stop loss, because what we put into the trade is your max risk per trade, your R multiple, right? We trade the trend, and our losses, when we are down on a play, we call it a dead play, that's down 50%, right? They tend to come back to life 7 out of 10 times because we trade the trend. So in terms of this win, 591 SPY puts, 42 cents, adding to the wins doubles the gains, doubles the position size, right? And then as you can see, sold at 74 cents. This is a massive fucking win. So those two wins right there, adding to the wins, double the wins, easily outweighed that first loss that we took into the morning. If you trade alongside the real-time zero-day options trailer system, you're going to start to see massive improvements within your trading, and you can get results. We have hundreds of members who've been with us for over 2 years inside of Team Roar, and they're consistently making hundreds of dollars a day. Some of them are making thousands of dollars a day. We have multimillionaires inside of Team Roar. They're making tens of thousands a week. You're going to see, man, it's absolutely fucking amazing on how accurate and how amazing the trades are. So 597 SPY calls for 54 cents a contract, adding, doubling the position size. And then as you can see, sold 92 cents. Who do you know is winning this much in this consistent within the overall stock market? These are the biggest percentage gains within the market with the cheapest, lowest risk. So that right there is 3 for 4. And then in terms of the next trade, 593 SPY puts for 44 cents a contract, adding. And then in terms of this overall trade, it quickly went to 46 cents a contract on those 593 SPY puts. And then we had 5970 SPX calls for 60 cents a contract. And these went from far out of the money to quickly in the money at the speed of fucking light. Look at this, 3:53 p.m. Contracts are still at 65, still at 70. A minute later, they're still at 70 cents. Everybody knows inside of Team Roar, you need to have your option chains open and fucking ready for precise execution, because we tend to print at the speed of fucking light. These contracts went from 60 cents all the way to in the money to 400 cents within 2 singular minutes. Look at this fucking play, man. It's absolutely fucking insane. So those are all the massive fucking wins you're going to see right here. After that, we had 3:58 p.m., 2 minutes before the market closes, 5965 SPX puts for 80 cents a contract. These went from 80 cents to 200 cents at the speed of fucking light. They went to 250. Fucking phenomenal within 2 minutes. So if you added up all of our gains collectively, that is multiple 100% profit returns. And on a couple of the wins, we doubled our position size. Losing remains a personal fucking choice. For those of you who are serious about trading alongside our secured private organization, our network, our community, we are mainly focused on trading 0-day options. You can also, you can trade futures, you can trade with a prop firm as well. You can use, calls and puts as a sense of overall direction, but just understand we have a very advanced system, and within time it becomes simple to learn. But the way we trade is far money 0-day options, very, very cheap and very, very low risk. And we put in a couple percentage of our account into the trades. Most we lose is what we put in our max risk per trade, right? Other traders, they put in their max risk per trade, but they set a stop loss. With us, we don't set a stop loss. The percentage gains in adding to the wins makes the gains so much fucking bigger than the fucking losses. Even if those 3 out of 10 losses that didn't come back to life expired worthless and went to fucking zero. Because you're going to see every single week we have trades where we make over 1,000% return. And you're going to see every single day we have trades where we make 100%, if not multiple 100% profit returns. I mean, if you add up all the fucking wins combined on our best days, it yields 1 to 3 to 5,000% gains on our biggest days, which is 8 to 15 trades. We have those days every single fucking week. This is normal for us to win this much, to be this consistent, to win this big within the overall stock market is very, very normal. And we figured out a way with our overall system to double to triple the gains by adding to the wins and protecting that, extra exposure to the market by setting a profit stop. If you're green on a trade and you set a profit stop, it's impossible to go back to red. You get profit stopped out for green. If you increase your position size, it makes your gains bigger. Set the profit stop. So it's a very unique real-time 0-day options trade alert system. If you want to gain experience trading alongside us, you can use this to your full advantage, by mirroring the trades, by using this for confirmation for your overall sense of direction on your overall trades. You can ask questions within the chat, trade alongside us. You can also trade alongside members within the chat. You're going to see, man, it's fucking amazing. In terms of the results that members are getting, we are absolutely fucking crushing it. I crushed it on Friday as well. You're going to see, man, it's unlimited fucking winning and unlimited fucking printing, non-fucking stop inside of Team Roar. Losing remains a personal choice. If you're serious about trading alongside with us, gaining access to our secure private network, to our community, gaining access to a real-time 0-day options trade alert system, you can turn push notifications on. It's the first link down below within the description. We're going to continue to absolutely crush it. With that being said, I'm going to be signing off. I will see you guys tomorrow within the chat.